Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Stacy Shillington. I'm a naturopathic doctor, a clear skin expert, and I am here to tell you something really important today, and it is about your lymphatic system and how it relates to your skin, specifically acne. So, what is the lymphatic system? In my opinion, the lymphatic system is really underrated. We know a lot about the digestive system, we know about the cardiovascular system, the respiratory system, the musculoskeletal system, the nervous system, but the lymphatic system does not get top billing ever, and it is so important. In fact, I'm going to share some new research with you, and I think that treating the lymphatic system is going to be recognized as important as treating the microbiome really soon. It's that critical to your health and that critical to your skin. So first of all, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on what the lymphatic system is. And then I'm just going to kind of give you some symptoms that you may experience if your lymphatic system is not working properly. And of course, what you can do to make your lymphatic system work optimally, which is, I know, what you want to know. So I'm going to try and run through the science stuff pretty quickly, but I also don't want to leave anything out because I do feel so strongly about it. So here goes. The lymphatic system is a network of vessels throughout your body. So think of your arteries, your veins, your capillaries, and how they reach almost every corner of your body. The lymphatic vessels are the same. It's that extensive. The lymphatic system also includes the lymph nodes, the spleen, the appendix, the tonsils, the adenoids, the thymus. It's a huge system. And there's a clear fluid that runs through the lymphatic vessels. It's called lymph. And what it is the fluid that surrounds your tissues. The lymph system picks this fluid up and transports it to the cardiovascular system, which then takes it to the organs of detoxification. So if your lymph system isn't working properly, your body cannot detoxify. It's that simple. That's the bottom line. But there's more. The lymph system does a lot more. I'm going to share that with you. It also is the immune system, pretty much. The lymph fluid is taken to the organs of the lymph system, such as the lymph nodes, and the fluid is examined to see if there are any pathogenic microbes in the body. If there are, the lymphocytes and the other immune cells are sent to the areas the body needs them via the lymph. And also the lymph system matures all the immune cells. So basically, the lymph system is the immune system. It's that huge. The lymph system also transports and helps, monitor the absorption of fatty acids that you ingest through your diet. So there's even a huge digestive component of the lymphatic system. And then there's two other functions of the lymphatic system that are not well known, but these are going to blow your mind. So the nervous system basically uses the lymph fluid as kind of almost like a command center. So the nervous system will wire itself based on what it detects is going on in the body via the lymph. So this lymph fluid is so critical. It communicates to the nervous system. And in fact, research has shown that autoimmune diseases and mood disorders can come about when the lymph is not in balance. So that's pretty huge. And the last function of the immune system that I want to share with you is that it regulates hormonal balance in a really important way. Lymph is basically the way that progesterone moves through the body. So if your lymph is not flowing freely, then your progesterone is not getting to where it needs to be. And this is a main cause of hormonal imbalance. So those are 5 huge tasks that the lymph system performs for us. It's such an amazing system. And when it stops working properly, think of your body, the fluid around your body, When it's healthy, it's crystal, it's clear, it's thin, it's like a beautiful mountain lake. And when your lymphatic system is not working well, this fluid surrounding your tissues becomes like a swamp. And all the systems that the lymph affects, the nervous system, the immune system, the digestive system, the hormonal system, everything becomes out of balance. So what are the symptoms of having what are the symptoms of having a lymph system that doesn't function optimally? Wow, a little bit tongue-tied there. So basically, your body turns into a bit of a swamp. Think of bloating and swelling as one of the main symptoms. So maybe your ankles get bloated. Maybe your breasts swell and get bloated right around your period. Maybe you get huge like bags under your eyes. Your tonsils are swollen. You get postnasal drip. Your skin, I mean, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but especially breakouts along the jawline and the ears and the neck. That's very lymph related. Let me see, what other symptoms am I missing here? Oh, cellulite. I've treated a lot of cellulite in my career, and it's always about treating the lymph because the lymph fluid stagnates in the areas where the cellulite forms. So that's a really interesting one. Lethargy and brain fog, because the lymph does get into the brain and it does drain the brain of toxins. When the lymph is not working properly, brain fog, lethargy, memory issues, it all can be a result of the lymph not working properly. So I think I've gotten everything. Bloating as well, that's another symptom that the lymph isn't working. So as you can see, the lymphatic system is critical to our health. It cannot be overlooked. This is a system that we need to nurture. We need to love it and help it function properly, not only for the health of our skin, but for the health of our entire body. So you may ask, how exactly is the lymph system related with acne? Like, why am I watching this video? I have acne, help, right? There are two main ways that the lymph system is connected with acne. Number one is hormonal imbalance. So many of you I know experience hormonal acne. Often that's acne that's on the jaw area. It happens around your period, and it is due to an estrogen-progesterone imbalance. So typically this means there's higher levels of estrogen than progesterone. And when this happens, there's a cascade of hormonal reactions that occur in the body that trigger acne, trigger high androgen levels and trigger acne. Because the lymphatic system is responsible for transporting progesterone throughout the body, if it's not working properly, your progesterone levels are going to be inadequate. You're going to have that imbalance, and heightened androgens and acne are going to be the result for you. So it is in your interest to get your lymph system working. Another way the lymph directly contributes to acne is the lymph is responsible for detoxification. Acne patients are notorious for being poor detoxifiers. I don't think I've ever solved a case of acne without improving detoxification in the body. In fact, there's an interesting theory, and that is that, you know, when you have a lot of acne around your ears, around your jaw, and your neck, it's because we have so many lymph nodes in that area. When our lymphatic system is congested, the lymph moves very slowly through this area because of all the lymph nodes, and that means that the upper part of your body is not draining adequately, and there's lots of toxic accumulation, which can contribute to the acne. So that's a theory that's out there, and you know, I think that there is definitely some truth to that theory, because we're finding out how powerful the lymph is. And if you just have a bunch of toxins sitting around in your face, especially in this area, all the fluid waiting to get drained by the lymph nodes, I mean, something's got to happen, right? At least it's going to aggravate the skin and make the skin more prone to inflammation. You have to think of the body as a holistic being. Everything's working together and everything influences the other. So the body is amazing in how it works that way. So let's see. Now I'm going to give you the information that you have been waiting for, and that is, how do you actually help your lymphatic system to work better? I'm going to share 7 ways that are super effective, super easy, super affordable, and these are things we should be incorporating into our lives every day. Number 1 is hydration. If your body is dehydrated, that means that your lymph fluid is going to be very viscous, very thick. And it's really difficult for a thick fluid to move fluidly through your lymphatic vessels. It's going to get stuck. It's going to stagnate. Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing? Great to have you today. So hydration is number 1. I recommend drinking 2 liters of water and herbal teas every single day. That's going to keep the lymph nice and clear and fluid and able to move through the lymphatic vessels. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. So the second thing that you must do to keep your lymph flowing is exercise. To double check there. So think of the cardiovascular system for a moment and think of the heart. The heart acts like a pump, and it actually propels the blood to move through the blood vessels. So it's always moving because of the heart. The lymphatic system, which is an equally complex network of vessels, does not have a central pump. Instead, it relies on the muscles of the body to contract and to propel the movement of lymph fluid through the lymph vessels. So if you're sedentary and you're not exercising, your muscles are not being engaged enough, and the lymph is not able to move through the vessels. So you need to exercise. You need to get out there and move every single day. Now there is, many people that talk about the lymph a lot talk about the rebounders. Rebounders are mini trampolines, and it is encouraged that you jump on this mini trampoline between 10 minutes to 1 hour every single day. This is a great way to move the lymph, but any exercise will do. Getting out and walking. I do yoga every single morning, and that's an amazing way to move the lymph through the body. Do something that you love to do, but the bottom line is to get out and move every single day. Even a walk around the block, move your arms a little bit like this. Just really get things moving. Super important. Your lymph can't move without it. And dry brushing. I know Rebecca, who's with me on the video, just said, I just did my dry brushing, which is awesome. You may not know what dry brushing is, but it is when you take a dry brush with natural bristles and you lightly brush your dry skin. You start at your feet and you brush upwards, in an upwards direction, always towards your heart, because that's where the lymph fluid is heading. It's heading towards your heart to drain into the cardiovascular system. So do it all over your body. You should spend about 5 to 10 minutes every single day to help get your lymph fluid, drained. So dry brushing is amazing. It's been used for a very, very long time to help improve lymphatic function, and it's often best done just before a shower. And speaking of showers, that's number 3, contrast hydrotherapy. So contrast hydrotherapy is when you are showering under hot water, as hot as you can take it, don't burn yourself though, for 3 minutes, and then cold water, as cold as you can take it, for 1 minute. And you want to repeat that cycle 3 times. So 3 minutes hot, 1 minute cold, 3 minutes hot, 1 minute cold, 3 minutes hot, 1 minute cold. What this does is the hot water dilates the lymphatic vessels, which means it makes them bigger. And the cold water constricts the lymphatic vessels, making them smaller. And this dilating and constricting action that's going on will actually move the lymph through the lymph vessels. It's a really beautiful way to get things moving in the body. Contrast hydrotherapy, that is what that is. And then if you feel like a real treat, lymphatic massage is another way to really move your lymph. It's a very, very light massage. It feels amazing. At times you may not think the massage is really doing anything, but it has to be very light because the lymph vessels are surprisingly superficial. So this light massage really helps drain the lymph fluid to your heart. And this is one that I really have to work on myself, but it's releasing your neck and jaw tension. This is specific for acne because when you tighten your jaw, the muscles in your neck constrict, and these constricted muscles can actually impede the flow of lymph through the lymph nodes, which I mentioned there's a lot of lymph nodes in this area. And when the lymph can't move through this area, stagnation occurs above the neck. And for most of us, that's where a lot of our acne is. So concentrating on releasing this. I need a lesson on how to do this. Honestly, I can't give you any really great tips on how to do it because if I knew them, my jaw would not be this tense, but just releasing your jaw. Okay, if anybody has any tips on that, send them to me. And number 7, my number 7 tip for helping your immune system work optimally is complex homeopathy. Oh, I could talk about this all day. Many of you may not be familiar with complex homeopathy. It's a form of homeopathy that was developed 150 years ago in Europe, in France and in Belgium. And it is huge in Europe, by the way. I can't even tell you how many doctors in Europe use complex homeopathic remedies. They call it drainage, because that's exactly what the remedies do. They drain the lymph. In the system that I use, they're the Unda numbers. There's 76 different remedies. So you can mix and match remedies to get a perfect prescription for every single person. Different remedies go to different areas of the body and regulate different functions in the body. These remedies do not interact with anything. They're completely gentle. And I use them in my 7-week program with many of the women that are suffering from acne. And I find that once we incorporate Unda numbers into their regime, big changes occur because the lymph is draining and the lymph is cleansing. We live in a world where there's so many toxins, and it's difficult for our body to know how to deal with these toxins on its own. So any type of real help makes a huge difference in the way our body functions. And I've been using these remedies for years in my practice. I constantly see fantastic results. I've trained with some of the best doctors in Europe to use these remedies, and I stand by them 100%. They are the best way to cleanse the lymphatic system. So I just really wanted to push that because it is so important, and not many people know about homeopathic drainage. And I know a lot of people disregard homeopathy and think it's not real and it doesn't work, but it really does work. And I mean, most of the world uses homeopathy very successfully, so we can probably learn a lot from what other cultures are doing with it. So that is my talk about the lymphatic system. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming. I had a lot of information to share with you today, and I tried to, make it understandable and digestible. So hopefully I accomplished that. If you have any questions, for sure leave them for me in the feed. I really want to answer your questions. I know I haven't always been great at doing that, but I'm really trying to get better. So bear with me. I'm just getting used to all this stuff. So what else I want to say? Oh yes, I do want to tell you for 2 seconds that I have an amazing 7-week clear skin program. I would love for you to be a part of it. If you're suffering from acne, it can be healed. I promise you, we can heal your acne. Check out my 7-week clear skin program. Also follow me on Facebook and Instagram because I give great skincare tips every single day, and I want to be the one to help you on your clear skin journey. This is my passion. This is what I do, and I want to make your clear skin dreams come true so you can feel amazing about yourself, get your self-confidence back, because I know how physically and especially emotionally traumatizing acne can be. I've been there myself. So that's all for today. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to hear from you in the chat below. Bye.